Welcome to another production of Fuller Digital Solutions, as we have a rivalry here between OABCIG and Ridgeview. These two towns about 10 miles apart for the baseball fields, but in the end, a lot of sports going back and forth and a lot of history, whether it was Galva Holstein and Shayla Kreslin, now combined into Ridgeview and OABCIG back when it was OA and then BCIG, and everything all combines together in the end, and that's where you end up with right now. So some rivalries about 10 miles apart. Should be a fun game tonight. The Falcons come in with a record now over 500 at 4-3, and the bats have been exploding as of late. Nobody more exemplifies that than Easton Harms. Easton Harms was looking for his first hit as of 2 games ago, and after going a yard in the game at home, he went down and had another big game. He's now hitting .312 on the year, so he went from 0-0-0 to .312 in 2 games. Obviously, just that first hit kind of broke it off, and a couple of big wins for those Falcons as well. Ridgeview comes in, a good team, and has a lot of great hitters on their squad. We'll take you through the starting lineups. We're going to get ready to go here. It is a senior night, so we're going to have an announcement of one of the seniors for the Ridgeview squad. Let's go through the starting lineup, starting with the Ridgeview batting order. They're the home team, will bat second. They start Caleb Kistenmacher. He's the shortstop, batting .393. Tyler Kolpin is the catcher, and he will be batting .286, batting second. Hitting in the 30 hole and also pitching tonight is Bo Clausen. He hits .357 on the year. Conover Brecken is the cleanup hitter. He'll be out at second base and batting .292 on the year. Trayson Prince is in left field, hitting .292, batting number 5. Batting sixth is Aiden Martin. He is the third baseman, hitting .187 on the year. Dylan Wood is out in right field, batting 7th, and he is a .160 hitter. Hitting .043 on the year is Cale Merchu, and he is going to be the first baseman. And Cade Harriman is the center fielder, batting 9th with a .127 average. For the Falcons, they'll start Cooper DeJean in the number 1 slot. He's the shortstop tonight, hitting .542 on the season. Trust Wells batting second, hitting .381. He'll be out in center field. Easton Harms, mentioned him beforehand. He's up to .312 for his batting average, playing catcher. He's been doing great behind the plate as well. Zach Heemer is batting 4th. He is going to be playing at third base, and I do not have his average right now. Maybe it was .118. Preston Gill is going to be batting 5th. He's a .167 hitter. He's also going to be the starting pitcher tonight. Playing over at third is Cam Sharkey, and he is a .104 hitter on the season. Eric Siebenaller is hitting .222 on the year. He's batting in the 7 hole, and he'll be playing second base. The 8 hitter is Trayton Kohler. He's going to be out in right field. He's hitting .353 on the season. And Gabe Winterroad is the left fielder, batting .333 on the year. And those are your starting lineups. Pitching-wise, Bo Clausen for Ridgeview. He is 0-0 and has an ERA of 6. And on our opponent batting average right now, they're hitting .289 against him. For the Falcons, they'll start Preston Gill. He's got a 1-1 record. The opponents are hitting .192 against him, and his ERA just 1.08. So a very good starter for the Falcons. As the coaches will come together and have their meeting, we're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back. A big thank you to all of our sponsors, including Gordon's Body Shop, the pregame show sponsor, United Bank of Iowa, the scoreboard sponsor, North Star Community Credit Union, Beckman Motors, Hoffman Agency, Holstein Senior Living, Zimmy's, Schmidt Insurance, Rex Chevrolet, and Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, all of our OABCIG sponsors. A big thank you to you for tuning in tonight on YouTube. Hope you enjoy the game. Make sure that you tell your friends and family they can watch the game and hear the game going on YouTube for free. It's a great service offered by Fuller Digital Solutions, and we will be back in one moment.
As you cruise through downtown Odebolt, Iowa, you'll find Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, offering hardworking insurance for hardworking people. Have you visited SwansonWithYou.com? Their website is all new. Put in a quote request, check out real estate listings, and read about the staff here to serve you. Truck it up with Swanson Insurance. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Located downtown Odebolt.
Coach is still talking it over, going through everything, ground rules for the field. Looks like 320 to right, 350 to center, and 320 to the left foul pole. Sun will be setting to the area behind, a little bit behind first base to home plate. The shadows are going to start to go across that pitching mound, and that's going to make it a little more difficult to catch the ball out of the pitcher's hand. We'll see if that affects any of the hitters. It's going to be a lot nicer to play out in right field than left field. Left field, you're going to be battling that sun on any pop fly, so we'll see if that also plays a role tonight. That sun will be coming down, and it shouldn't take too long, maybe about 35, 40 minutes, and those shadows will creep right across the field and make it a lot easier for everybody to play. So we'll go through those starting lineups again for you. It will be Kistenmacher, Kolpin, Clausen, Brecken, Price, Martin, Wood, Murchu, and Harriman for the Ridgeview Raptors. And for the Falcons, they will go DeJean, Wells, Harms, Hemer, Gill, Sharkey, Siebenaller, Kohler, and Winterroad. So we look at some of the things that are of note. I told you the bats became alive for the Falcons, and it's not a lie. They were shut out back-to-back games, losing 3-0 to Kingsley Pearson and 1-0 to Woodbury Central. But then they went against River Valley, and the cork was popped. They got a 10-run rule game in 5 innings, winning 14-1. And then they beat Westwood, and that was earlier this week on Monday. Both the girls and boys were victorious down in Westwood, and they got the 12-2 victory. So back-to-back 10-plus run games after having trouble scoring all season long. The only other time the Bats came alive was in that first game of the season against Maple Valley Ampanoto Charter Oak Ute. But just 2 runs was the most that had been scored since then until the offensive explosion of late. It's a lot of fun we're going to have tonight. My name is Michael Earl. I'd love to get some communication from people. If you want to tell us how we are doing, we'd love to hear it. Let us know if you like the broadcast format, if you enjoy listening to us, if you enjoy how it is to watch on TV. You can do that by commenting under the YouTube feed, but you can also look me up on Facebook personally, Michael Earl. You can look up Mike Earl with Deppel Real Estate. It's our national anthem next. Well, national anthem is done, and get a game time temperature here. It looks like it's going to be a balmy 82 degrees with plenty of humidity as we get ready to play. Shouldn't mean too much at 82, but you never know when you get a little bit sweaty out there with that humidity what it's going to do to the pitcher's grip on the baseball. As I was going through, we are looking for some feedback from everybody if they like our service that we're doing here as a part of Fuller Digital Solutions. So you can look me up on Facebook. That's Mike Earl with Neppel Real Estate. Send me a message or comment to me on there as well. You post to me. You can also look me up individually, Michael Earl, and message me that way. Or if you want, you can send me a text message. You can just call my cell phone, 712-269-4789. If you do so right now, I probably will not answer, but feel free to leave a message or just send a text message. I am joined by Hannah Schmidt, who's been doing a great job all year with the video. And if you think we're just doing baseball and softball, you are wrong. This is a service that will continue all year long. We're going to be doing some football games coming up here in a couple, month and a little change. And then after we get the football in, we're also going to try to get some volleyball, at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 different volleyball matches. Roll that into the basketball season where we'll do girls and boys throughout the season. A lot of those will be double headers. And you'll be able to catch all that action right here on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to it already, go ahead and do that. Enjoy the broadcasts throughout the year. And then you also get reminders of when we are doing some upcoming broadcasts. I did notice They had their prom as a part of Fuller Digital Solutions, and a lot of people were able to take part in, or was graduation, I'm sorry, as a part of that. And I think a lot of people took advantage of it. So let some friends and family know, especially those who are out of town and can't make it to the game, that you can watch and hear all the action that's going on. Looking at the crowd, a nice crowd tonight coming up from OABCIG, huddled over there in the shade. Can't blame them for that, and some good Ridgeview fans as well, as we're in for a fun night of baseball. Going to get a couple more warm-up pitches in, and we should be ready to roll. Cooper DeJean will be coming up facing Bo Clausen, then Trust Wells and Easton Harms. Looks like Bo Clausen is a right-hander from his warm-ups. Looks to have more of a upright stance. Goes to the full wind with a short leg kick. Comes about 3/4 to over the top. That can get a lot of motion up to down on a curveball if he's got Uncle Charlie in the arsenal. We'll start off with a righty-on-righty matchup. Cooper DeJean up. He likes to dig in generally to the center of the box, and that's where he's at right now. Just a perfect night for baseball. Clausen looking in, has his sign. From the full wind, he'll deliver. That's going to be taken high and tight. Ball one. Well, Cooper ahead in the count now, 1-0. Gets the signal as Clausen comes home again. That's going to be inside and caught a little piece of the elbow there. So Cooper is going to be on with hit by pitch, and expect him to take off for second momentarily. A lot of speed with Cooper, great athlete, football player, a basketball player. I would be surprised if he doesn't go here on the first pitch. Big lead, eyes the pitcher, set to run. Now he takes off, and they're going to throw down, and the catcher's just going to take a bite out of the apple as Cooper's in safe with a stolen base. So DeJean now at second in scoring position for Trust Wells. Wells hitting .381 on the year as the pitcher eyes behind both the shortstop and second baseman coming over. That opens up some gaps. Squaring around to bunt is Wells. He's going to drop one down to the pitcher. Over to first with it, and Cooper is halfway off the bag. The third baseman is going to walk it in, and the runner will advance on the sacrifice bunt. So a sacrifice bunt is the first out. DeJean to third, and that brings up Easton Harms. Harms had a home run 2 games ago and has raised his average to .312 after getting his first hit 2 games ago. Looking in from the set, he'll deliver home. Taken high for a ball and a 1-0 count. DeJean tempting the catcher to even look his way. The catcher just throws it right back to the pitcher, and they're not going to worry about DeJean at third. Pitcher eyes him from the set. Now coming home. That's going to be taken high for a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at third is Cooper DeJean for Easton Harms. No score, top of the first inning. From the set, Clausen comes home, and that's in there on the inside corner for a strike. Kind of bent in there. Looked like a little off-speed pitch. Clausen working from the set with a runner on. Coming home, and that's going to be hit high in the sky. Might be deep enough for DeJean to score. Running in, it's going to just get to the shortstop. Nope. And DeJean is going to fake the run home, but then stop. So a pop out to the shortstop. We'll bring up Zach Hemer, who needs to get a hit to get that run across. Of course, it could score on any pass ball as well. So Hemer will dig into the center of the box. Right at the front, right on top of the plate. Upright stance. Comes home, and that's in there for a strike on the inside corner. Hemer now down on the count 0-1. Falcons want to get that run across. Leadoff base runner was hit by a pitch. DeJean's at third. Clausen brings it across. Strike 2 right at the knees. Hemer didn't like either one of the calls as he backed away, but see if that's going to be the inside strike that gets called, and if it is, then your pitcher's going to have to take advantage of it too. Shadow starting to creep across the pitching mound. Deliver home, and that's in there, strike three. So after a leadoff hit by pitch, Clausen gets the next three hitters, and the Falcons are out without scoring a run. They leave one, and no one got a hit. We are through a half inning. You are watching OABCIG Baseball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove wants to wish the OABCIG Falcons good luck. They know that whether it's athletics or academics, the OABCIG students work hard. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove offers old-fashioned customer service combined with today's technology to provide the high-quality, professional, personal, and commercial services that you deserve. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove, a proud supporter of the OABCIG schools.
Falcons threaten but do not score as Cooper DeJean got to third but no further, and the fielding squad will come out in their road purples with white pants. Ridgeview will hit their 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Caleb Kistenmacher, Tyler Kolpin, and Bo Clausen. They'll be facing Preston Gill, 1-1 on the year, a tremendous 1.08 ERA. And opponents are hitting only 192 against him. Gill has a upright stance on the pitching mound. Comes at about three-quarter delivery. It's a little deceptive how he throws, too. I've noticed it. It really seems like it just jumps off his hand. He has a late delivery. So what I mean by that, if you're watching on the screen, you can see him warming up. As he comes home, all of a sudden, everything is slow, and then that arm goes really quick, just like a snake attacking you. And it's coming right to home with the ball. And when it's that type of delivery, sometimes can throw a hitter off because he sees slow, 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 and then coming across a little bit faster. Now, the inside corner to the righty was available for the Ridgeview starter. We'll see if that's where Preston Gill is going to try to attack here, as he's going to get one more pitch, and Easton Harms will throw down and get that practice to second. And they do. So Falcons are back above 500, 4-3. Kistenmacher up to bat, 393 hitter. Gill looks in. Harms setting up, a little bit inside. Gill coming home. Swung on, missed. Gets it in there with that fastball. In about 2 minutes, that shadow's going to go right across the mound and go all the way across Gill's throwing arm. And he's going to quick pitch him there. And it's going to get out of play, and the count is 0-2. So in addition to having that deceptive delivery, every once in a while he'll do that too, as we'll quick pitch. And basically what that means is instead of taking his normal windup, he just throws it right home and tries to get one past the hitter. So Gill will go from the full wind, delivering home. And that is fouled right over our heads here in the press box. And the count will remain 0-2. So the OABCIG runners are already out. Of course, in this year's baseball, the only team that can touch each ball is the team that's in the field. Fans aren't supposed to touch it. The opposing team isn't supposed to touch it. The umpire's not supposed to touch it, as that's hit out towards left field. Catches in front of the fielder. And in with a solid single is Kistenmacher.
Tyler Kolpin.
That's one of the rules that has to do with the COVID, of course. As Kolpin is up. A lot of speed at first base. As the pitcher comes home now from the set. Easton Harms threatened the throw over there. Easton's got a good arm. It's going to be tough to steal on him. But in high school, advantage goes to a good base runner. Again from the set, Gill will come home. That's going to be taken high. And the count is 2-0. So after getting ahead of the first hitter, 0-2, he came back and got a single, and now Gill is down 2-0 to the number 2 hitter. That's taken high as well, so now a 3-0 count to the 286 hitting Kolpin. A 3-0 runner at first. Nobody out here, bottom of the first inning, no score. Gill comes home. In there for a strike, and there he found that inside corner. You could tell Colpin didn't like it, and that's a call that has went both ways already in this first inning. So that inside low fastball might be open to the pitchers if they can take advantage. Throwing over to first and back in time is Kistenmacher. He wasn't leaning. That's a nice move over there by Gill as he throws it right where he needs to get the out. You want to throw that low and just to the outside of the bag so that the first baseman can just apply the tag in one motion. And that's going to be dribbled off the end of the bat. That one doesn't feel good on the hands right there. That's where you want shock absorbers. Zero score, 3-2 count. Nobody out, bottom of the first, runner at first base. As Gill comes home, runner's taking off, high fly ball, and they're going to have to get back. It's going to be caught, and the runner will be back in time. Fielded at second base by Eric Siebenaller, who's been playing his position very well all year. And that'll bring up Bo Clausen, the opposing pitcher. Bo's a .357 hitter. We'll go back of the box, righty on righty, open stance, very upright. Got that lead foot pointing towards third base. He's going to get in there for strike one as Gill puts a little mustard on the fastball. Kistenmacher still at first base. Good size lead. Leaning home back to the base. Is going to be hit deep out towards right center. Working underneath it and making the dropped it as the right fielder. So an error on the right fielder has runners at first and second with one out. It was a tough play. Trying to go over his shoulder there was Trayton Kohler and just had it kiss off the heel of the mitt and hit the ground. So Conover up. And that swung on and missed. It was a strike anyway. Conover, a .292 hitter, has a runner in scoring position at second and a runner at first as well. Down in the count 0-1. Gill eyes the runner at second. They haven't picked off. They'll have to go in quickly, and they get him out at third base. So a nice pickoff by the pitcher gets the out on a 165 foot out. As they get the runner at third. Not an easy throw over the head of the runner, but in there for a strike to the receiver at third, and he got the tag down. So Gill gets the out and now delivers home, in for a strike. And if you're the right fielder, it makes you a lot happier knowing that you don't have that runner at second that was your run. So ahead in the count 0-2, Gill's looking for his first strikeout here of Conover. That's going to be fouled and just get out of play over the OABCIG dugout. We'll reset at 0-2. Conover at the plate, right-hand hitter, right in the middle of the box. Gill comes home, swung on and missed, and he strikes out to end the inning. The Raptors will get a hit but leave one, and at the end of one, we are tied 0-0. We'll be back after two messages.
A few Facebook reviews from Zimmy's Bar and Grill in Ida Grove. Best prime rib I've ever had. From appetizers and drinks, meal and price, all was great. Pretzel burger was to die for. Highly recommended, and I can't wait to go back to try more menu items. We stopped at Zimmy's in Ida Grove after our game, and they stayed open for us. It was steak night, and they were delicious.
I'm Eric Zimmerman, inviting you to enjoy our family-friendly full menu restaurant. Try it, love it, and come back for more at Zimmy's Bar and Grill, East Highway 175, Ida Grove.
Account of your own can be a challenging task. That's why I went to North Star Community Credit Union. They helped make my finances easier to handle by offering me the services and products I need at a price that will fit my budget. They've got it all: savings, checking, ATM or debit card, loans, direct deposit, free online and mobile banking, e-statements, bill pay, and much more to suit my busy lifestyle. See for yourself why so many people like me have made North Star Community Credit Union their one-stop financial institution.
Visit their offices in Cherokee, Ida Grove, or Sheldon to start an account today. Federally insured by NCUA, you've got a strong credit union behind you.
Now we're back here at the Ridgeview Baseball Facility, which is up in Holstein. Scoreless first inning. Both teams got a runner in scoring position. Both teams were left with a runner on base at the end of one without getting a runner across. So 0-0 is our score. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters as Preston Gill comes up hitting 167 on the year, then Cam Sharkey and Eric Siebenaller. Bo Clausen did not give up a hit in the first inning. He had a hit by pitch followed by a sacrifice bunt, a pop out, and a strikeout. Swung on and hit high over the dugout for OABCIG and out of play. That'll be strike one. From the bump, Clausen will go to the full line and deliver home. Kind of has that ball hiding behind his shoulder when he's pitching. Kind of leaves his right hand and has a lot of elbow bend. So he'll deliver home again. That's going to be fisted, but just foul. It was over the orange part of the bag, but that's not in play. Need to be over the white part of the bag. Our last broadcast was Monday. That was a OABCIG Falcons softball victory as they came from behind after giving up a lead late in that game to win it in the 7th. A lot of drama in that game with the bases loaded and able to get out a big jam and get the victory. A lot of happy faces on that one. You'd like to see the Falcons get another chance of victory tonight as down in the count right now, Preston Gill at a 1-2 count. Back of the box, coming home. It's going to be fisted out towards right field. Will it stay fair? Nope, it's going to tail foul. And we'll reset again at 1-2. Gill's just a hair behind that fastball. You figure they'd try to shift him a little bit that way, but they're playing him with a pull a little bit, it looks like. Straight away in the infield. Outside for a ball. And a even up count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of inning number 2, we're scoreless here in Holstein. It's going to be grounded out towards shortstop. Tall grass knocking it down. Gill running quickly, but just behind the throw. As a great play by the shortstop. Kistenmacher over to Cale Murchu for the put out 6-3. I want to say thank you again to our OABCIG sponsors, and they include Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, Rex Chevrolet, Schmidt Insurance, Zimmies, Holstein Senior Living, Hoffman Agency, Beckman Motors, and North Star Community Credit Union. Up to bat is Cam Sharkey. He'll tap one foul. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is United Bank of Iowa, and Gordon's Body Shop is the pregame show sponsor. You are watching OABCIG Baseball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. Clausen is on the hill, looking in, ahead in the count 0-1. He'll deliver. Sharkey will take a rip and foul it out of play behind the backstop. And now Clausen is up 0-2 on the count. Told you earlier, my name is Michael Earl. For about 15 years, I worked down in Denison at KDSN. And I currently work over at Nepple Real Estate in Denison. Of course, we sell real estate all across the OABCIG district and area. Decided that it was time to spend a little more time with the family, and then I came out here to broadcast games, so I guess that didn't work out quite as well as I was hoping. But it's a lot of fun to get out here and watch the Falcons play. It's coming home with it again is Clausen. It'll be grounded just fair down the line. And Sharkey got a single as he rounds first. I thought he might try to go for two there. That's the first hit of the night for the Falcons, and it brings up Eric Siebenaller, who's hitting .222 on the year. I was contacted by Fuller Digital Solutions to see if we could do these broadcasts, and it's been a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment, and we'll continue to go with it. I'm joined by Hannah Schmidt in this press box. She's our camera woman extraordinaire with the computer, keeping us on the air, so hope you enjoy all that we're putting forward. Coming in, strike one to Siebenaller. 0-1 count, one out, runner at first. Wind blowing kind of across the field from second to first base about as they bring it home. So any foul ball hit out that right field line, probably going to blow out. And if you're hitting it to left field, you're hitting it right into the wind. As the runner will take off, a swing and a miss. And a 0-2 count. Siebenaller now trailing with one out, but now has a runner in scoring position on the stolen base. Second steal of the night off of Clausen. So a base hit likely scores a run with Sharkey's speed. Coming home. Taken outside for a ball and a 1-2 count. Tried to get him to chase that tailing slider. Clausen looks in. Now comes home with it. That's going to get past the catcher. Sharkey takes off late. There'll be a play, and it is recorded out as the throw was a perfect throw from the catcher. A nice play there by Tyler Colpin, who fired over to Aiden Martin to get the out. So after a stolen base, a caught stealing has the bases empty with two outs and a 2-2 count. Sharkey just didn't have a good read on that and took off late, and he was hung out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swung on, hit deep out to left field, but not quite enough as the left fielder is under it and will make the play. So 3 up and 3 down with a single in there and a stolen base, then a caught stealing. The Falcons threaten but do not score. We're through 1.5. It is 0-0. Ridgeview up next. You are listening and watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
It's about caring for one another, loving one another, being there for family and friends. At Holstein Senior Living, we are here to provide that little extra care while you live life to the fullest. Wake up when you want. Participate in daily activities at your discretion. Eat meals on your time, which includes an all-day breakfast menu. All with the comfort of knowing there are trained professional staff available at any time for the little extra caring things that may require a helping hand. Holstein Senior Living, offering assisted and independent living options with.
Back here in Holstein, it is Falcons 0, Raptors 0. A little rivalry game between these two towns, separated by about 10 miles. On the bump is Preston Gill. Allowed a hit single. And had runners at first and second before working out of that jam in the first inning. He's going to be facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters as Tayson Price, followed by Aiden Martin and Dylan Wood will come to bat. If anybody gets on, Cale Murchie would come up. He'll come one more time to home plate, and Harms will throw down as the throw will be fielded by DeJean. We're ready for the bottom of the second inning.
Left fielder number 10, Trayson Price.
So Trayson Price is up. Trayson has a wide stance. Very upright, but the legs are far apart. Still manages to get a pretty good step in there as he takes ball 1. 1-0 count. Gill works from the full line, comes home. And he'll get that fastball through the bat and into the glove of Harms for strike 1. If you're Watch, and you see a nice crowd for the Falcons up here as they travel well, enjoying the shade. So that's going to be fisted over towards first base, fielded there, and Sharkey will step on the bag for out number 1, unassisted. So 3 unassisted on the first out, brings up Aiden Martin. Martin is a 182 hitter. So Martin will dig into the right-hand batter's box. Not more of a traditional stance. As Gill's going to quick pitch him. Martin was still going through his warm-up routine when that one came in on him. Once you stand in the box, though, and everybody's ready, you're free to pitch. Not making the same mistake this time. He's going to watch one go low and outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-1 with 1 out. Gill works from the hill. Full wind, delivers home. That's going to miss high. As that fastball is popping out of his hand here tonight. Count now in the favor of Martin. He's ahead 2-1. As he's going to line one out towards left field in there for a base hit. Fielded by Winterroad and in. So a solid single, second hit of the night for the Raptors. Has a runner at first with 1 out. And Dylan Wood coming up.
Now batting right fielder number 4, Dylan Wood.
Wood, a left-handed hitter, the only lefty bat we've seen tonight so far. A little bit of a shorter hitter, which means that strike zone shrinks down a bit. As Gill comes home with it, taken high. I mentioned it before as a 6'7" announcer who used to pitch. I really think that all strike zones should be the same size, whether you're 5'6" or 6'7". We shouldn't believe in heightism. On a 1-1 count. Not in this day and age. Lefty will dig in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Gill working from the set, delivers home. That's going to be taken inside and tight in a 2-1 count. So Gill hasn't settled in yet. He's really been a little erratic on his strike zone, but he's been able to do enough to keep it scoreless so far. Behind in the count here, 2-1. Swung on a miss as he'll get it right back. He's got the stuff to get it past the hitters. You just got to trust the stuff, and instead of aiming your pitches, you got to just throw them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gill looks in. He's got a runner at first. Now comes home. That'll miss high. When you're missing high like that, you're just missing your release point, and the ball's soaring on you. Got to finish your pitch. And that'll get in there for strike 3, so a swinging third strike as Gill 1 out away from ending this second inning. I'll bring up Cale Murchu. Cale Murtu is up. Very upright stance, open. That foot pointing over towards third. That's going to go high in the sky. Might have a play on it as it'll back over the fence, and it's going to pop into one of the fans. Looked like that didn't feel good. Everybody was covering Dad's eyes, and Dad didn't get to see where it was. Then he found out where it was. He felt where it was, right on the inside of the leg. Everybody looks like they're okay over there, though. 1 strike. As Murchu looks out. Gill's going to go a little sweet chin music there and try to back him off the plate. I don't think that was intentional. A 1-1 count with 2 outs. Not even holding on the runner. That's in there for a strike. Just bent that one across and right into the zone. Gill 1 strike away from ending the second. Murchu up. Down in the count 1-2. Gill delivers home. It's going to be fisted out of play, foul. And that'll clear into the street and work its way across to the blue Ford. That might be a Chevy. Tough angle. Not enough to do damage. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ooh. That is going to go inside, and hit by pitch will advance Murchu to first. Over to second is Aiden Martin. That brings up Cade Harriman. Harriman is a 127 hitter. Another lefty. He also will have that smaller zone. So the lefty's up with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Preston will deliver high and outside, ball 1. You'd really like to get this hitter so that your leadoff hitter, a .393 hitting Caleb Kistenmacher, that is, doesn't come up with the runners on base. Gill comes home again, that time in there for a strike. One count, 2 outs. Preston eyes the runner at second. Comes home. It's going to be grounded to Sharkey. He fields it. He'll step on the bag. So 2-3 unassisted and a strikeout and the inning. The Raptors get 2 base runners, get a hit, but score none. And the Falcons and Raptors are tied at 0. We'll start inning number 3 in a moment. You are watching OABCIG Baseball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
Live for today, plan for tomorrow with Schmidt Insurance.
As an independent agent, I work for you, helping you find the right coverage with the best companies at extremely competitive rates. I'm Jared with Schmidt Insurance in downtown Battle Creek. I offer a complete lineup of insurance products including home, auto, farm, commercial, as well as life and retirement. For a no-obligation quote, call me at 365-2535. That's 365-2535.
Mike Earl with you back. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions as the OABCIG Falcons taking on the Ridgeview Raptors. Right now we're scoreless entering the top of the 3rd inning. The Falcons are going to go 8-9-1 with Trayton Kohler, Gabe Winterroad, and then back to the top of the order with Cooper DeJean. If anybody were to get on, Trust Wells would hit. You're going to be facing Bo Clausen. Clausen had an ERA of 6, but so far through 2 innings, he has pitched them scoreless. Clausen will deliver home, and we'll throw down to second and get ready for the 3rd inning here. The Falcons' bats had woken up back-to-back games of 12 or more runs. And right now, scoreless through 2. Trayton Kohler coming up. Bit of an open stance, foot over towards third, upright. He's going to take one inside for a ball. Kohler, a .353 hitter on the year. Eyes the coach over at third, Dan Doetzler. As Clausen comes home with it, and that'll be in there at the numbers for a strike. Tough call if you're Kohler. Looked a little high, but now you know what you got to swing at. Coming home with it, and that is going to be in there for strike 2. Good pitch by Clausen. So Clausen now ahead in the count 1-2. Clausen from the full wind delivers home. That's going to be fisted out towards short, and a nice play there by Kistenmacher as he jumps up and ends that threat with a line out to short, and that brings up Gabe Winterroad. Of all the hitters tonight, Gabe has the most advantage of the smallest strike zone. I think maybe my accuracy was so bad. That's probably where my lack of heightism comes in, as that's going to be taken outside. I just threw hard. I didn't know where it was ending up. At times it worked to the advantage. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Winterode looking out. He's going to take that one in there for a strike. Count evens out a 1 ball and 1 strike. Clausen having a great time on the mound so far. Just 2 base runners. First inning had DeJean over to third, but worked out of that jam as that's taken for a ball, and Winterode will get ahead 2-1. Clausen steps on the pitch and plate. Works the full wind and delivers. It's taken outside, ball 3. Winterode has wheels. Don't want to put him on for DeJean. Bit of a closed stance. For the lefty, that means that foot is closer to third in the front foot. As he will swing through, strike 2, and we'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on in the top of inning number 3. We are still scoreless. Clausen's coming in, and he'll get it past him again, so a strikeout. His second of the game has 2 outs for Cooper DeJean.
Now batting shortstop number 9, Cooper DeJean.
Cooper was hit by a pitch. Was able to steal second base, advance to third on a sacrifice bunt. He was stranded there in the first inning. Coming home with it, and Cooper's going to line one out towards left field, working underneath it, and it's going to get past the left fielder. DeJean is going to have 3 for sure. He's got the wheels on. The left fielder finally tracks it down. Cooper is going to stop at third with a stand-up triple. Once it got past the outfielder, Cooper had nothing but 3 on his mind. So he's at third with 2 outs for Trust Wells. Trust is a .381 hitter. He will not be bunting this time. Out with 2 outs here. If he does, it'll be a pull bunt, try to get that run home and see if he can't get safe at first. Cooper dances off third, delivered home, grounder to the hole. Slow moving grounder, that's going to be hard to throw him out, but in time is the throw. A 6-3 putout ends the frame for the Falcons as they are still tied 0-0. They get a triple from DeJean, but he's stranded at third for the second time this game. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
I'm Mark Hansen, third-generation dealer here at Rex Chevrolet GMC in Odebo. We have been family-owned since 1925. Whether you're looking for that new Chevy or GMC or any other vehicle, please give us a call at Rex Chevrolet in Odebo or look us up online at rexchevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Mick at Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet GMC in Odebo. This year we celebrate 100 years of the Chevy truck, and Rex Chevrolet has been selling and servicing these trucks for over 90 of those 100 years. Stop by and see us for your next Chevy or GMC truck.
Back here on Holstein, and we're still scoreless through 2.5. Coming up to bat will be the top of the order for the Falcons, as Caleb Kistenmacher had a great play to end the top of the frame as he fired over to first, just beating out Trust Wells. Great defense so far by both teams, but really on the part of Ridgeview, they've played an excellent game in the field. Falcons will keep on the bump Preston Gill. He's gotten through 2 innings, hasn't had the best control so far, but he's been good enough to keep the numbers off the scoring board. So far, the Raptors have 1 hit, 2 hits, a hit in each inning. They've had 2 base runners in each inning, and have yet to get one to cross the dish. So it'll be Kistenmacher, Kolpin, and Clausen coming up here. In the bottom of the third inning.
The bottom of the third inning for the Raptors. Shortstop number 2, Caleb Kistenmacher.
So Kistenmacher will dig in. Had a solid single to left in his first at bat. And was picked off second. And thrown out at third as he swings through. He was just ahead of that pitch. I think he took a little something off, did Gill. Nice little change up there. As he'll go to the full wind and come home. That'll just miss outside for a ball. A 1-1 count. Kistenmacher has that right foot right in the corner of the back of the box. Very classic stance. A coiled spring as he swings through strike 2 and a 1-2 count. Very efficient swing is what they would say. He's able to bring the bat right to the ball. As Gill steps back, now coming home. That's going to be grounded out towards third, fielded there, up with it, and over to first. Little high throw, but Sharkey receives it, and a 5-3 putout is out number 1 in this bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up Tyler Kolpen.
Catcher number 18, Tyler Kolpen.
Kolpen had a pop out that was fielded by Siebenaller in the first inning. Dig into a similar part of the box. He's got a little more weight on his back foot. Get you a little more power as you shift it at weight. That's where all your power comes from in baseball. It's all in that weight shift. It's going to be high for ball 2. This Gill's looking to get it back down into the zone. Same thing with golf. It's not how fast you swing, it's how you shift your weight forward from your right foot to your left foot if you're a righty, or just the opposite for lefties. That's hit down the line, curling, and foul. So allowed strike number 1, but no threat on base as Kolpen just was out ahead of that one. About 6 feet to the right, and that would have been extra bases. So Gill behind in the count 2-1. From the full line, comes home with it. It's going to be grounded out towards short and through. So a solid base ramp for Kolpen. Has him at first for Bo Clausen. Bo reached on an error by the right fielder, Trayton Kohler, whose long run, it was dead right center field, so both Kohler and Wells had a long way to go. Kohler got there first, but had to go over his shoulder trying to catch it. Just had it bounce off the heel of his mitt. Comes home with it. That's lined out towards center field. It's a long ways. Going back on it is Wells. He's going to make the catch. A great play as across the base paths and in the field, the Falcons have some good wheels out there. And that, double to a lot of teams, ends up just being allowed out. And it'll bring up Brecken Conover. Conover struck out to end the first frame as they throw over to first, and that was just thrown to the wrong side of the bag. Might have had a closer play if it was thrown into play a little bit more. Sharkey really plays first base very well. Good receiver of the ball. That's going to be fisted into the air to right field. Working underneath it is Kohler, and he will make the play. So a pop-out ends it. The the Raptors get a runner on a single by Kolpen. He's stranded at first. We are through 3 complete. It is still 0-0, and you are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
Beckman Motors in Odebo is your premier dealer for Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, and Ram, new and used vehicles. Their dedicated sales staff, knowledgeable finance associates, and expertly trained technicians are all here to make your experience fun, easy, and hassle-free. We're proud to be family-owned and part of our local community. When it's time for a new vehicle for your family and a great selection of used vehicles and service, visit Larry Beckman Motors, Odebo.
Back here in Holstein as the Falcons and Raptors are tied at 0. Both teams have gotten a couple of hits, but nobody's getting across the dish. A pitcher's duel right now as Bo Clausen and Preston Gill are battling it out. It'll be the numbers 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Falcons as they'll go Harms, Heemer, and Gill. Harms popped out in the first inning to the shortstop. He's had a hot bat of late. Love to keep that going here. Clausen had a 6 ERA coming in. Opponents were hitting close to 300 against him, and he has been in control tonight so far. Brings it home and the throw down to second. We're ready for the start of the 4th inning in this quick-moving game.
Now batting catcher number 35, Easton Harms.
As Dotzler will check in over here. Clausen working on the hill. 8:06 is your time. And it is 81 degrees here in Holstein. The strike is across. I want to thank our sponsors, including the pregame show sponsor, Gordon's Body Shop, and United Bank of Iowa, our scoreboard sponsor. Clausen has his sign from the full wind. He'll deliver. That's going to be taken low and outside and hit the backstop. Your OABCIG Falcon sponsors all year are Zimmy's, Schmidt Insurance, Rex Chevrolet, Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, North Star Community Credit Union, Beckman Motors, the Hoffman Agency, and Holstein Senior Living. I say thank you for those sponsors to making this broadcast possible. And that's going to be taken in there for a strike. Harms didn't like it. Looks down to Dotzler, and that's been called all game. You just got to figure out that you're going to have to swing at it. Or just let it go and make a grimace. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that will be taken, inside. I thought that was going to be strike 3. Just misses there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of inning number 4, no score. Clausen comes home, and that'll be fisted, or dribbed into the ground foul. I shouldn't say fisted. It's right off the end of the bat. We'll reset it at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cars lined up on the streets here in Holstein. Out in the outfield as well. Good crowd now still filing in. That's going to be hit out of play foul behind the plate. Mention I work in real estate. We're starting to see a lot more people coming into the office, and I think people are getting that confidence back again. Love to look out and see families sitting together. Everybody looks like they're having a good time. Just a great summer evening here in Holstein. As Clausen comes home, and that's going to be hit out towards short and caught. A little diving grab by Kistenmacher, who's been flashing some hot leather tonight. And that's the second time he has put out Harms. And it brings up Zach Heemer. Heemer struck out to end the first.
Number 6, Zach Heemer.
A little sultry night here. I don't know where the humidity and dew point are, but they are not low. As Clausen comes home. Shadows now all the way out to the outfield. The only person not in him is the left fielder and the third baseman, who doesn't have a tree in front of him. Everyone else gets to play in darkness. Lights are on here in Holstein. As Clausen comes home, and that's going to be taken outside for a ball. So a 2-0 count to Heemer here. After that will be Preston Gill, and if anybody gets on, Cam Sharkey. Coming in, and that's going to be taken high for a ball. So a 3-0 count now. We'll see if Heemer has the green light. My guess is in a scoreless game, Dotzler's saying that bat stays put. Clausen from the full wind comes home. He had the red light there. The stop sign was up, and he didn't break the law. So Clausen now gets one back, and it's 3-1. Coming home. Line down the line, and it's fair. Going to take a round at first as Heemer is going to check back in. A big round of it. It gets past the second baseman, but not far enough for him to go as he was already headed back. So Heemer gets a solid single, and that'll bring up Preston Gill. That ball was not fair by much. It landed on the chalk or just to the right of it. Gill grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. On now with Heemer at first. He's right on the back of the box line. Upright stance. Clausen works on the set, hits a high fly ball out towards shallow left field. Kistenmacher is underneath it, and he will make the play. So a pop out to the shortstop in shallow left. Has 2 outs and a runner at first for Cam Sharkey. Sharkey had a solid single and then was caught stealing. He stole second and then was caught stealing third on a pass ball. Just got a bad break, didn't have a good read on that pass ball. He's going to ground one out towards third. Fielded there, up with it, and into the first baseman on time. So a 5-3 putout will end the top of the fourth. We are through 3.5. The Falcons and Raptors still tied 0-0. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
As you cruise through downtown Odeboat, Iowa, you'll find Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, offering hardworking insurance for hardworking people. Have you visited SwansonWithYou.com? Their website is all new. Put in a quote request, check out real estate listings, and read about the staff here to serve you. Truck it up with Swanson Insurance. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Located downtown Odeboat.
It is still 0-0. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Quick moving game as we are just past 8 o'clock, and already time is running out on this one. Of course, it can go as long as it wants if nobody wants to score. Mike Earl with you. I am joined in the box by Hannah Schmidt, doing a great job as always with the computer and our camera tonight. And we want to thank you for joining us on this YouTube channel. If you like what you're seeing, or if you don't like what you're seeing, we'd like either one of those comments. Tell us how we're doing. Let us know. Again, this is our first year doing these broadcasts. We're going to be doing all sorts of sports as we get through this season. We'll try to get almost every football game in. Of course, we're going to have to watch out when it comes to getting the volleyball games in. We don't know how many of those we can do. We're going to try to get 2 or 3 for sure. And then we get into basketball, both boys and girls, possibly some wrestling as well. And that'll just about do it. I don't think we're going to do track and field this year, although there is some thought we might try to do something with that. We just don't know how to face all the technical difficulties required to put that broadcast on. So Trayson Price coming up as he will line one, grounded I should say, over towards third, fielded there by DeJean, and to first in time. Ooh, pick up the bean and toss it there as the 6-3 putout has the leadoff hitter down in the bottom of the fourth. That was a great defensive play as DeJean showed a tremendous arm on that throw. Zach Heemer tried to field it. Just went under his glove, and DeJean picked it up and tossed it. Martin up. He'll swing and miss at strike one. Martin had a single and was stranded at second back in the second inning. Gill quick pitching, and that is going to be dribbled up the third baseline, but foul. That's no fun. Here you go. Hot night like tonight, you got to run all the way down to first base and slowly jog back, try to catch your breath, and do it again. The count is 0-2. Gill probably try to waste one here outside, although I don't know, Harms might want to set up inside. Nope, he's going to go back outside. Just missing on that one. That was a close pitch, but not taking it was Aiden Martin. He didn't want to take a swing and gets rewarded with a 1-2 count. Preston Gill, quick pitching, and this time, ooh. Okay. That one missed low, or maybe it was inside. Either way, it's a 2-2 count. Here, Doetzler yelling out some encouragement to his pitcher. As Gill comes in, and he'll miss the bat that time. A swinging strike 3, and the Falcons have their second out of the inning. As coming to bat for the Raptors will be Dylan Wood. Wood, the lefty, struck out in the second inning. Raptors have 2 lefties in their lineup, the 7 and 9 hitters. Gill comes home with it. Ooh. He'll like that pitch. On replay, that was about at his chin. An 0-1 count with 2 outs. And Gill will thank the umpire for his good luck. And now he's going to quick pitch him. Just missing outside as Harms tries to squeeze it across the plate. He does a good job framing pitches back there. But the umpire doesn't like the picture, so a 1-1 count. Gill comes home with it. Swung on and missed. He had him out in front there. He was just flailing at it. If he'd have hit it, it'd just been a dribble over to third. He's probably happy he didn't. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gill a strike away from ending inning number 4 of the scoreless game. And that'll be swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We are through 4 complete. It's the Falcons and the Raptors tied at 0. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove wants to wish the OABCIG Falcons good luck. They know that whether it's athletics or academics, the OABCIG students work hard. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove offers old-fashioned customer service combined with today's technology to provide the high-quality, professional, personal, and commercial services that you deserve. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove, a proud supporter of the OABCIG schools.
Back here in Holsting for the top of inning number 5. Falcons and Raptors are tied at 0. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll get that out of my mouth sometime correctly. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to that channel. Tell your friends and family about it, too, especially those that are out of town. They can always check us out anywhere they have a cell phone signal or a internet connection. Again, you can send a link to that FDS website. You'll get all the OABCIG games and everything that's coming up if you subscribe to it. You also get other events that are coming up on FDS. So subscribe to that channel. We're going to have playoff action coming up as the bracket was announced. It looks like July 11th. That's a Saturday. And we likely, not 100%, will have a audio production of that game. There are rules about broadcasting playoff baseball and softball. You can have voices, but you cannot have video. So we will not be having a video, but Hannah still has to come as she looks at me questioningly because she needs to run the computer because I don't want to learn. No, we'll have hopefully that game on as we get into the playoffs again on Saturday, July 11th. As that'll miss wide. And we'll also do any softball playoff games that are available. On a 0-0 game, up to bat is Eric Siebenaller. Siebenaller foul that one back, and it'll even out. 1 ball and 1 strike, no outs. Siebenaller on the year, a .222 hitter. He popped out to the left fielder to end the 2nd inning. He's about 6 inches from the back of the box. As Clausen winds and fires. Taken outside and low for a ball and a 2-1 count. Falcons have had a base runner in every inning. That dribbles over towards third base and will go foul. So now Siebenaller gets the joy of running 90 feet and jogging slowly back. Jogging back faster than I would. It is warm tonight, just 80 degrees, but with that humidity, it feels like it's at least 85 to 90. Looks down to Doetzler, has a sign. We're evened out on the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Nobody on. Top of inning number 5, scoreless ball game. That's going to be ripped down the third base line, off the third baseman, and probably an error. As back in time to the bag is Siebenaller. Kistenmacher making him run back. I believe that will be an error. We'll see on the scoreboard. So an E5. That's Trayton Kohler up into the box. Open stance, upright stance as well as he takes over his head, ball 1. And that's going to advance the runner to second as it gets past the catcher to the backstop. So Siebenaller at second. A runner in scoring position to lead things off here in the 5th inning. The Falcons have had a couple of scoring threats. Up to now, it's been Cooper DeJean at third base, but now Siebenaller at second with nobody out. Looking behind him as Clausen comes from the set, delivering home, and that's outside and high. So Kohler's up to bat. He's lined out to the shortstop. It was a well-hit ball, but a nice play at short to lead off the third inning. Coming home, Clausen delivers. That'll miss outside. So you get the ground ball. And it hits off the third baseman's mitt, kind of climbs his arm. And then you go 3-0. Kind of a turning point pitch right here for Clausen. Squaring around to bunt. And they're going to get it in there for strike one. So a 3-1 count. That wasn't an intentional bunt. That was actually just a way to try to distract the pitcher. So 3-1 is the count. Kohler looks out. Clausen comes home. Hit out towards second. That'll advance the runner. Fielded cleanly. And a 4-3 putout has the runner at third. So he did his job. He hit it behind the runner. As a fielder's choice 4-3 brings up Gabe Winterode with the runner at third and one out. So Winterode just needs to get it to the outfield here as the infield will come in. Anything to the outfield likely scores a run. Everybody's in, so a well-hit ball here is going to be hard to field. Winterode, a lefty, has some pop in that bat. He's going to fist one out towards third, and Siebenauer is doubled off. So a pop-out double play. And it was a 5 unassisted double play. Will end the threat. So Falcons go 1-2-3. They get a runner on base with an error, but he gets doubled off third on a catch and tag double play. We are through 5.5. Still scoreless here in Holstein. 0-0. Raptors coming to bat. You are watching OABCIG Baseball, a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
A few Facebook reviews from Zimmy's Bar and Grill in Ida Grove. Best prime rib I've ever had. From appetizers and drinks, meal and price, all was great. Pretzel burger was to die for. Highly recommended, and I can't wait to go back to try more menu items. We stopped at Zimmy's in Ida Grove after our game, and they stayed open for us. It was steak night, and they were delicious.
I'm Eric Zimmerman, inviting you to enjoy our family-friendly full menu restaurant. Try it, love it, and come back for more at Zimmy's Bar and Grill, East Highway 175, Ida Grove.
It's about caring for one another, loving one another, being there for family and friends. At Holstein Senior Living, we are here to provide that little extra care while you live life to the fullest. Wake up when you want. Participate in daily activities at your discretion. Eat meals on your time, which includes an all-day breakfast menu. All with the comfort of knowing there are trained professional staff available at any time for the little extra caring things that may require a helping hand. Holstein Senior Living, offering assisted and independent living options with.
Back to action here as Cale Murtu up to bat. Preston Gill delivering home. It's going to be lined out towards left field, and a nice play out there by Winterode has the out. So you hit the ball well. You don't hit it at him, but Winterode makes the play over his head. And a loud out number one has Cade Harriman up. Cade grounded out to Cam Sharkey back in the second inning unassisted. Left-hand hitter. Gill comes home and he'll swing over that low fastball. After a little shaky start with his command, Gill has really started to settle down here as he works from the full wind, coming home. Now it's going to be swung on and missed. So now ahead in the count 2-0. He's normally likened to go outside on this pitch. We'll see what they do with the lefty up. I think they're going to try to raise him up and go high. No, they're going to go outside again and just miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. They're playing Harriman pretty much straight away. Even at the bag at third. Ooh, Harms just couldn't hold on to the foul tip. So the foul ball will be a 1-2 count. Pretty much straight away in the outfield as well. Not much wind now. The flag is just slack out there as the players just sweat on the field. It's going to be line foul. And looked like everybody ducked out of the way there. You thought you'd sit in the back row, you get the best view. They did. A little 3D action as the ball came right out of the screen. A 1-2 count. Preston Gill coming home. Swung on and missed. A strikeout for number 2 on the inning. And that'll bring up Caleb Kistenmacher.
Shortstop, number 2, Caleb Kistenmacher.
Kistenmacher has been showing excellent weather in the field. He's made some diving catches, got a great arm. He is definitely a great baseball player, hitting .393 on the year. Had a single in the first, was picked off second in that inning, and was eventually thrown out at third, and then he grounded out on a 5-3 putout in the third inning. He bats here with nobody on and is ahead in the count 1-0. On deck is Tyler Colpin. In there for a strike on the inside corner. That's that same strike that nobody likes except the pitchers. The pitchers love that strike. The hitters all have the same feeling about it. That's a strike. A 1-1 count. Taken outside and high for a ball, and the count moves to 2-1. So both pitchers working into the 5th inning here. No runs have been allowed. Gill working behind 2-1. From the full wind, he'll deliver. That'll be fouled out of play behind the plate. And now at an even count, he's 1 strike away from ending the 5th of this scoreless game. This is a game the Falcons are familiar with. They've played in a lot of 2-1, 2-0, 3-0 games. That bounces across, and that's full count, 3-2. He had a good read on that pitch. He was taken at the minute it left his hand. Let's see where they're going to put it here, if they're going to go to that inside corner. Gill comes home. Grounded out towards third, and that one bounces under the mitt of the third baseman. So I give that an E5. Reaching on the play was Caleb Kistenmacher, and that'll bring up Tyler Colpin. Of course, my scoring is not official. Or right. Or remotely accurate, but I do try. Good lead off first for Kistenmacher. Tyler Colpin is a .286 hitter. Has flown out and has got a single. That's down the line, foul. So a well hit ball to left, but about 8 inches foul. And that's going to make it an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Bo Clausen will hit if Colpin can get on. Preston Gill is going to throw over first. He's got a great pickoff move. He really can fool those runners. He already picked off 1 player at second base. You don't pick off players at second very often. He's got 1 of those, and when he throws it right where it's at with Cam Sharkey fielding it, he's a threat to pick off a player at any time. That makes it so you can't take a big lead. It really can affect a game more than you think. The key to it is you have to have a first base and you trust to catch the ball every time. And that's trust him in traffic because you got that runner sliding in, dirt flying up, and so far Sharkey has fielded that position very well. 0-2 count after the foul ball. 1 strike away from end in this frame, and that's going to be hit high down the left field line and out of play, and we'll reset at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first, bottom of the 5th inning, scoreless ball game. Raptors at the plate. Right at the back of the box is Tyler Colpin. Coming home, and he was way out ahead of that one. Just got a piece of it. Took a little something off that, a little change up there, and that was just lucky to tap the top of it and get to try again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gill eyes the runner at first. He'll come set and bring it home. In there, strike 3. So that'll end the threat. The Falcons give up a base runner and leave him on base. We are through 5 complete. It is still scoreless. A big thanks to our sponsors for OABCIG, Beckman Motors, the Hoffman Agency, Holstein Senior Living, Zimmy's, Schmidt Insurance, Rex Chevrolet, Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, North Star Community Credit Union as well. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be back in a moment.
Account of your own can be a challenging task. That's why I went to North Star Community Credit Union. They help make my finances easier to handle by offering me the services and products I need at a price that will fit my budget. They've got it all: savings, checking, ATM or debit card, loans, direct deposit, free online and mobile banking, e-statements, bill pay, and much more to suit my busy lifestyle. See for yourself why so many people like me have made North Star Community Credit Union their one-stop financial institution.
Visit their offices in Cherokee, Ida Grove, or Sheldon to start an account today. Federally insured by NCUA, you've got a strong credit union behind you.
Thank you, Hannah. As we're back to action here, Clausen throwing a great game so far. He's gone all 5 innings, starting inning number 6 here on the pitching mound. As looking to get through this 6th inning, he's going to face the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. It'll be Cooper DeJean, Trust Wells, and Easton Harms. You know, if you're going to face it, you might want to bring in a new arm, as Cooper had a triple the last time he came up. It was a diving attempt out in right or left field, got past the fielder and to the fence. He was standing at third, thinking about going home when the ball got into third. They're going to keep him out there, though. Why not ride the horse, I guess? If he's running a good race, you certainly don't want to take him out on the backstretch. Of course, with pitch counts nowadays, whatever it is, when it comes up, you got to come out. So DeJean on the year is a .542 hitter. He is 1 of 1 tonight, as he was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He's been at third base both times when the inning ended. It's the furthest any runner has gotten tonight. As he will swing on and dribble one over towards third, and it is going to be fair, as Cooper could have taken second there if he'd have run through the base. Instead of running through the base, if he'd have rounded it, it actually got past the third baseman. He thought it was going to bounce foul. He didn't think he had a play, which he probably didn't. So an infield single for the third baseman, or for DeJean, right up the third base line, hit the bag, and that'll bring up Trust Wells. Anticipate Cooper probably taking off for second base here, as Clausen eyes him over at first. And Cooper knew it was coming, so he had the 1.5 step lead there. I suppose when you go on the first pitch last time, now he's got the 2-step lead, up to 5 steps. Settling in as he's going to go. Bunt is down towards the pitcher, fielded there cleanly. Up in time, it's going to get past the first baseman. Running to second, Cooper's going to score the first run of the game as the Falcons take a 1-0 lead. And checking in at second base on an E1, it was a bad throw. Scoring on the play was DeJean. That is not an earned run. And the Falcons on top now 1-0. Brings up Easton Harms with a runner at second. It was going to be a tough play as the pitcher fielded it and threw over, and the throw just sailed on Clausen a bit. Hate to see the pitcher have that happen to him, as he's pitched a great game. Coming home, Harms is going to drop down the bunt too, put him up to the challenge again. They're going to throw the ball to first, this time cleanly. It is a 1-4 putout on the bunt. Sacrifice, and that will move the runner to third with 1 out. The Falcons likely playing a little bit of closer baseball here. They know they can bring in Cooper DeJean and pitch an inning or two most likely. Of course, I didn't see the last game, so I don't know if he pitched or not. But the infield is in with the Falcons leading 1-0 and a runner at third. Playing on the grass around the infield. A couple of steps in at third. Clausen coming home, and that's going to be off the pitcher's mitt. What to do? He's going to throw to first in time. Then they're going to throw home. It's going to go over the catcher's head, and scoring on the play will be Trust Wells. And that is the most unfortunate bounce I have seen on a grass turf in a long time. That ball spiked about 7 to 8 feet in front of the catcher, and then it bounced 7 to 8 feet over his head. It was a tremendous bounce if you're a Falcons fan. If you're a Raptors fan, Well, who cut the grass? So with 2 outs, 2 runs across, neither one of them are earned. And up to bat is Preston Gill, who loves the fact that he now has a lead. That's going to be dribbled. Foul. Just a hit behind the plate or hit the batter in the batter's box. Preston Gill looks no worse for wear. Coming home. So the 1-3 put out got the out off the pitcher's mitt in the last bat, and scoring on a throw home that went over the catcher's head on an unfortunate bounce was Trust Wells. The Falcons are out top 2-0 right now. We are in the top of inning number 6, and both runs coming in this inning. Cooper DeJean with a single that somehow stayed on the fair side of third base, actually bouncing off the bag. He steals second and scores on a throwing error by the pitcher. Place comes home, and on that throwing error on a sacrifice bunt attempt, Trust Wells made it over to second base, advancing to third on a sacrifice bunt by Easton Harms, and then he came home after a line drive ricocheted off the pitcher's mitt, taken outside and low for a ball and a 3-2 count. Pitcher picked it up, Clausen did, and fired over to first in time. The first baseman threw home and bounced in front of the catcher. Looked like it would be an easy play, but then it hit a trampoline hidden in the field and bounced over the catcher's head. That's going to be lined out towards center field, in the gap a little bit, down for a hit. So finding a spot there was Preston Gill with a solid base wrap, and that'll bring up Cam Sharkey. Sharkey so far tonight has been put out shortstop to first, and then he popped out to the shortstop. We have a courtesy runner for the pitcher coming in. Kyle Spossen. Coming into the game to courtesy run. 2 outs here, runner at first for Sharkey. That's going to be fouled into the backstop. There's a ton of space behind home plate here, so anything that gets past the catcher is almost automatically a base, unless it doesn't get to the backstop. 0-1 count. Sharkey right in the middle of the box. Kind of a wide stance. Is he going to line one out towards center field? Going to find the center fielder who runs it down. So the Falcons get 2 on 2 hits with 1 runner left on. We are through 5.5 innings. Falcons are on top now, 2-0. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
Live for today, plan for tomorrow with Schmidt Insurance.
As an independent agent, I work for you, helping you find the right coverage with the best companies at extremely competitive rates. I'm Jared with Schmidt Insurance in downtown Dollar Creek. I offer a complete lineup of insurance products including home, auto, farm, commercial, as well as life and retirement. For a no-obligation quote, call me at 365-2535. That's 365-2535.
And Cooper DeJean does come in. I mentioned he might be coming on to get the close here. Now with the Falcons on top 2-0. So shifting from third base from the pitcher position over to shortstop will be the pitcher, Preston Gill, who goes 5 innings, gives up no runs. So a great night for Gill. And he also plays a tremendous shortstop and third base. Third base will remain the same as the Falcons only shift from pitcher to short. DeJean, very good pitcher on the year. See if I can find his pitching stats. Maybe. The professional announcer would have had him in his hand already, but that isn't me. Cooper is 2-0 on the year. He's pitched 15 innings. Opponents are hitting just .060 against him, and his ERA is 0. His whip is .27. He's going to be facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Bo Clausen, Brecken Conover and Trayson Price. Clausen has reached on an error by the right fielder and has popped out to the infield, ending both the first and the third innings. Or, I'm sorry. And flight out to the center fielder, that is. So Clausen, right-hander, digging in. He'd love to do something here after his throw as the pitcher lost him the lead. Hits it high in the sky. DeJean is underneath it. He calls off everyone else. And DeJean will make the catch. So one right up the chimney pipe. And the Falcons get an out on the first pitch. And that's Brecken Conover coming up. Brecken has struck out and popped out. Right-hand hitter, upright stance, middle of the box. Dangling the bat behind his head, now comes in, missing outside is DeJean. So DeJean likely to go 2 innings here, try to seal up this 2-0 game. Brings it right up in front of his face, full wind, and comes home quickly. A little motion on that one, gets the swing and a miss, and a 1-1 count. Thank you for joining us tonight on this production of Fuller Digital Solutions. DeJean working quickly, misses outside, and a 2-1 count. Remind you to subscribe to the channel you're on so you can get updates on all the OABCIG games upcoming and other FDS events. 2-1, DeJean coming home. He wastes no time, and he finds that inside fastball, and that inside fastball that's made every hitter take 2 steps back, look down at the third base umpire, and grimace. Nobody likes it but a pitcher. And any fan that wants to leave within 3 hours. 2-2 count, as that'll foul back into the backstop. I'm just saying, outs mean faster games, people. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Falcons on top 2-0. DeJean from the full wind comes home. In there, strike 3 at the knees. That's a tough call if you are Conover. But DeJean gets the strikeout, and that'll bring up Trayson Price. Price is grounded out to first unassisted and then grounded out to the shortstop. On the season, a .292 hitter. Upright stance back of the box. And he takes a cut at the high heat. A little mustard on that one, getting right to the catcher's mitt as Harms will fire it back to DeJean. Harms plays a tremendous catcher. DeJean coming in, taking low and inside, ball 1-1 count. Falcons in the field, playing straight away. Sharkey squares up and now looks home from first base. And it's going to be fisted out towards right field, coming in on his Kohler, and he will make the catch. And 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We are through 6 complete. Falcons bat top of the 7th with a 2-run lead. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
I'm Mark Hansen, 3rd-generation dealer here at Rex Chevrolet GMC in Odybo. We have been family-owned since 1925. Whether you're looking for that new Chevy or GMC or any other vehicle, please give us a call at Rex Chevrolet in Odybo or look us up online at rexchevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Mick at Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet GMC in Odybo. This year we celebrate 100 years of the Chevy truck, and Rex Chevrolet has been selling and servicing these trucks for over 90 of those 100 years. Stop by and see us for your next Chevy or GMC truck.
Back here to action. Falcons got 2 in the 6th and kept the scoreless innings going for their defense, and they are on top 2-0 here, top of the 7th inning, as we sit with, I believe that is the starter pitcher out there, Bo Clausen. He's at least going to start all 7 innings. I don't know what the pitch count is for him, but he's got to be getting close to it. Of course, just the 2 runs scored, and he has been a very solid pitcher. On the season, his ERA was 6, but tonight, both the runs that scored against him were unearned. With my unofficial, probably wrong stats. Thanks for joining us. My name is Michael Earl. We're always looking for feedback. If you've been watching tonight, you can comment underneath your YouTube section and let us know if you enjoy the broadcast. We'd appreciate that. If there's something we could do better, namely the announcer, we'd understand that. You can type that in as well. You can text me or call me anytime and let me know how you think of the broadcast as well. My phone number is 712-269-4789. And I am also reachable on Messenger through Facebook. And just find and like me. Mike Earl with Nepal Real Estate's the easiest way, or you can look up Michael Earl as well. Either way, give me a message. Tell me how we're doing here. Big thanks again to Hannah Schmidt working the camera and the computer tonight as Clausen comes home with it. And it is going to be taken in there for a strike by Eric Siebenaller. Siebenaller reached on an error, was stranded at third in the fifth, and popped out to the left fielder in the second inning. Final frame, 2-0 lead for the Falcons. That's going to be swung on and fouled back into the backstop. Just underneath it there was Siebenaller. Siebenaller plays a really nice second base. You want to have that infield with the quick hands at second base, and he's shown that all year long, at least in the games I've watched. Really, across the board, the Falcons have played great defense all year. As he'll swing and miss at that one. And the leadoff strikeout has nobody on for Trayton Kohler. Kohler has lined out to short and was put out on a fielder's choice 4-3 in the fifth inning. Kohler upright stance, open stance, back of the box. Basically stands there with a foot pointed over towards third. Waggling the bat, taken outside and low. Dotzler. Little words of encouragement from third base. Coming home with it. I probably should say Dan Dotzler, coach for the OABCIG Monarchs. Years of doing Denison games, folks. Sorry about that. The OABCIG Falcons. But Dan and I were doing a bunch of football games the last few years, and he's done a great job with me before, and I appreciate all the work he's done. As he's going to have his second baseman, or make that his right fielder, line out to the shortstop, who again has shown a great mid all night. So a line out to short as Kistenmacher again flashes the glove. We'll bring up Gabe Winterode. Ivor Cooper. You win either way. Either Winterode gets out, and you have a 2-0 lead, but you get back out there quickly after a 1-2-3 inning, or you get to hit again. And either one, I'm sure Mr. DeJean would like to do, the way he's striking the ball. Clausen comes home, and it's going to be grounded out towards short. High hop, fielded there, up with it, and over to first in time. So a 6-3 putout will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We are through 6.5. The Falcons have the lead, 2-0. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
Beckman Motors in Odebo is your premier dealer for Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, and Ram, new and used vehicles. Their dedicated sales staff, knowledgeable finance associates, and expertly trained technicians are all here to make your experience fun, easy, and hassle-free. We're proud to be family-owned and part of our local community. When it's time for a new vehicle for your family and a great selection of used vehicles and service, visit Larry Beckman Motors, Odebo. As you cruise through downtown Odebo, Iowa, you'll find Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, offering hard-working insurance for hard-working people. Have you visited SwansonWithYou.com? Their website is all new. Put in a quote request, check out real estate listings, and read about the staff here to serve you. Truck it up with Swanson Insurance. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. Located downtown Odebo.
Well, we're back here, bottom of the seventh. Falcons have the player they want on the pitch and bump in their closer here, Cooper DeJean. He got 1-2-3 last inning. He wants a repeat here as Easton Harms throws down. And Gill will field it. We're ready to play the seventh inning with the Falcons in the field. Aiden Martin coming up. He has singled, was stranded at second back in the second inning. And then he struck out in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss to start things off here. Cooper's got some zip on that fastball. The righty working quickly, comes home again. In there for a strike. I didn't get the grimace that time. I did get the big step out, but no grimace. Nobody likes that inside strike tonight. 0-2 count, Cooper coming home. Just missing inside, ball one. So Cooper tried to go right back to the spot, get him to chase, nothing doing there. 1-2 count. Cooper steps back, now coming home. High fly ball, and that'll be foul over the OABCIG dugout. Didn't hear any cars. Everybody's okay. Maybe that house over there. You know, I hear golf balls hitting a house. I don't know what a baseball sounds like when it hits a house. Grow more trees. Coming home, DeJean brings it, and it's going to be fisted out over the fence and out of play down the right field line. That one is going to take out a van. The owner gets out and inspects the damage. DeJean coming home with it again. Swung on and missed. The high cheddar gets past. Mouse gets his cheese. Dylan Wood coming up after the strikeout. Second of the game for DeJean. Bring up the left-hand hitting Dylan Wood. Dylan has struck out twice. DeJean brings it home. That's a high fly ball. Going to get out of play and land just behind us here in the press box. We're right over the Ridgeview dugout. Falcons on top 2-0. Bottom of the seventh inning. Ridgeview down to their last 2 outs. DeJean brings it home. Misses high. No chase in that one. The high fastball wasn't good. Bring it down to the letters and see if he brings a rip. Coming home and swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Falcons leading 2-0. DeJean from the full wind comes home. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strikeout number 2 of the inning. And the Falcons are 3 strikes away from their 3rd straight victory. Cale Murtu coming up. He has been hit by a pitch, was stranded at first, and then lined out to the left fielder. It was a well-hit ball, but a good play out and left by Winterroad. He's going to fist one or foul down the first base line, and we'll go 0-1 on the count. Having DeJean in the dugout is a great threat just to close out games. Plays a solid shortstop, leadoff hitter all game, and then comes out and just throws fire. Coming home with it again. And inside and high, as that'll shift the batter's eye a bit. As Murchu looks out, DeJean with a 1-1 count coming home. That one again, a little sweet chin music. Backs him off the plate a bit. Don't think that's intentional. I think he's trying to find that inside corner fastball, but it's ended up in his ear. 2-1 the count as DeJean comes home from the full wind. Right there for a strike. So the Raptors are down to their final strike here. Falcons, 2-0. DeJean has a sign. Harms setting up, looking for that high cheddar maybe. No, it's going to be grounded foul down the first base line. Kind of set up like he was looking to receive one at the letters, and then it came across just on the outside corner at the knees. Of course, in high school, you don't know if that's a missed pitch or if that's where he wanted it. As the pitch comes home, grounded out, fielded by DeJean, and he will jog it over and step on the bag himself. A 1 unassisted putout will end the game. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. The Falcons get a 2-0 victory and move their record to 5-3 on the year. That's their 3rd straight win, and they've been playing some great baseball these last few games. We'll be back in a couple of messages and give you some of the stats from tonight's game. A Falcon victory, 2-0. A big thank you to our sponsors for OABCIG. They include North Star Community Credit Union, Beckman Motors, the Hoffman Agency, Holstein Senior Living, Zimmy, Schmidt Insurance, Rex Chevrolet, and Swanson Insurance and Real Estate. Our scoreboard sponsor is United Bank of Iowa, and our pregame show sponsor is Gordon's Body Shop. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Back in a moment. You are watching a production of Fuller Digital Solutions.
The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove wants to wish the OABCIG Falcons good luck. They know that whether it's athletics or academics, the OABCIG students work hard. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove offers old-fashioned customer service combined with today's technology to provide the high-quality, professional, personal, and commercial services that you deserve. The Hoffman Agency in Ida Grove, a proud supporter of the OABCIG schools.
A few Facebook reviews from Zimmy's Bar and Grill in Ida Grove. Best prime rib I've ever had. From appetizers and drinks, meal and price, all was great. Pretzel burger was to die for. Highly recommended, and I can't wait to go back to try more menu items. We stopped at Zimmy's in Ida Grove after our game, and they stayed open for us. It was steak night, and they were delicious.
I'm Eric Zimmerman, inviting you to enjoy our family-friendly full menu restaurant. Try it, love it, and come back for more at Zimmy's Bar and Grill, East Highway 175, Ida Grove.
Well, the Falcons get the victory tonight behind stellar pitching from Preston Gill, who goes 5 innings, gives up 0 runs, and records 6 strikeouts. Cooper DeJean came on to close it out, pitching 2 innings, allowing 0 runs, and getting 3 strikeouts in those 2 frames. Hitting for the Falcons, not much, but enough. A triple, a single, and a run scored for Cooper DeJean. Trust Wells added a run, a single each from Zach Heemer, Preston Gill, and Cam Sharkey. And that's it. Everybody else held hitless tonight. The runs came all in the 6th inning when Cooper DeJean got on with a single that found the third base bag. The third baseman was actually trying to let that ball go foul, and it bounced back in play, hit the bag, and then rolled into the outfield, but DeJean was safe at first. He stole second base, and then Trust Wells laid down a sacrifice bunt. And the pitcher, knowing he doesn't have much time with Trust Wells' speed, fired it over to first. The throw soared on him into the outfield. Cooper came around to score. Trust checked in at second. Easton Harms sacrificed him over on a bunt to third base. And then Zach Heemer came up and hit a line drive back to the pitcher. The pitcher had it go off his mitt, picked it up through to first in time. The runner was stranded at third, but he was kind of threatening like he was going to go home, so the first baseman threw home. Looked like it was a fine throw. It was going to bounce in front of the catcher, but the catcher was prepared to field it, and it hit some type of spot in the field, some type of trampoline. I don't know. Whatever it was, it launched the ball in the air a good 7 feet, goes over the catcher's mitt, all the way to the backstop, and then coming in to score on the play was Trust Wells. So there wasn't an RBI in the game, but the Falcons get 2 runs, and that's all they needed as DeJean came on and closed the door, pitching 2 scoreless innings. Your final tonight, 2-0. A big thanks to the sponsors for Fuller Digital Solutions and OABCIG Sports. They include Swanson Insurance and Real Estate, Rex Chevrolet, Schmidt Insurance, Zimmy's, Holstein Senior Living, the Hoffman Agency, Beckman Motors, and North Star Community Credit Union. Your scoreboard sponsor is United Bank of Iowa, and your pregame show sponsor is Gordon's Body Shop. Big thank you to Hannah Schmidt, working on the camera and the computer tonight. My name is Michael Earl. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the broadcast tonight, please type something in for our comment section. Let us know how we're doing. We'd appreciate any feedback, as this is the first year we have been broadcasting for Fuller Digital Solutions. An OABCIG victory. They are now 5-3 on the year after a 2-0 win. Our next broadcast will be Monday of next week. Have a great 4th of July weekend, everybody, and celebrate.